Hey everybody, welcome back to Magic Orthodoxy. My name is David and this is a magic review. Today we are going to look at Starlight from Chris Perrotta and Paul Harris. All right, Starlight, what is this? You know, when I first saw this, I had this recollection of seeing something very similar to this before in the past, but not a magic trick. Well, not a magic trick for magicians. Okay, when you were a little kid, or maybe not you, but like maybe when your grandparents were little kids, there used to be these magic lamps. There were lamps that went in your bedroom at night, and so instead of having like a night light, you had a magic lamp, and a magic lamp was a lamp that had a shade, and then inside the shade there were pictures and cutouts and reveals in it, and as the shade spun around the light bulb, it would actually make pictures and images dance on your walls. You would have, it was like old school animation, right? Like stop motion animation, but done with a lamp. And it was projecting on your wall at nighttime. So that's what Starlight looks like to me. It looks like one of those old magic lamps because literally, light is dancing across the surface of your playing card. So in a typical magic trick, you'd have a card, you'd have that card lost in the deck, and then you'd bring out a key card or a random card, or you could say it was their card even. And as you lay the card over the cell phone light, a beam of light emits, breaks through the surface of the paper, and then dances across. It animates, actually animates over the light, and it spells out the reveal of the person's card. And let me just say right now, if you watch the trailer, you'll notice that Bro Gilbert doesn't move the card over the light. It's not like there's some sort of cutout and he's just moving the card and it appears to be animating. The card stays still, the camera stays still, the light moves. All right, that's crucial. The card stays still, the camera stays still, and the light actually moves. This is crazy looking. Let's get into this review. All right, so a couple questions we always ask about all of our magic reviews, and the first of which is, what's in the box? What's in the box? You get a black, matte black, cardboardy box, okay? Inside that, you're gonna get all the things that you need. There's actually two gimmicks, or we'll call it a gimmick and a half. One gimmick, obviously, is the one that you hold on to. And you're gonna get a couple of extra things that's gonna allow you to change out the force. So you're not just stuck with one force, you can do multiple forces, all right? So as long as you're revealing two things, you have to reveal two things. It could be two letters, it could be a number and a letter, it could be a number and a suit, okay? So you're revealing two things. So it could be initials, you know, like my initials would be DK. You could reveal 8H for 8 of hearts, or you could actually reveal an 8 and a heart, okay, like the symbol of a heart. So you're revealing two things and you're getting enough supplies to do that, and you're getting the download code. Download code will take you out to the internet. The instructional video is 1 hour and 9 minutes long. Is it what I thought? No, because initially I thought he was moving the card. I thought he was moving the card, but he's not moving the card. The only other thing I could have thought was that it had some sort of battery in it, or there was some sort of complicated mechanics. Not going on either. No battery, no complicated mechanics, nothing to charge, nothing gets recharged. If it breaks, you could probably fix most of it yourself pretty easily, but I would say it's pretty well constructed. How are the angles on this? There's really only one bad angle, and that is if a person was lying down and looking up at the effect. Obviously, something's going on underneath that card, right? And that's what you want to see. You want to see what's going on underneath that card. That's probably the only bad angle. So if there was a glass tabletop and somebody was underneath looking up, that would be bad. But I would think that would always be bad. You never want that. Can it be inspected? Obviously, you're gonna ditch this, okay? They're never gonna inspect it because it's gonna be ditched. And that's half the effect. So Bro is gonna teach you, Bro Gilbert is gonna teach you how to ditch this easily. What's the overall quality and production value of the video? It's shot well, it's shot nice. It's kind of like other Paul Harris Presents videos. They don't go over the top production value wise, but they get by. It's got some nice staging. Bro Gilbert does all the instructions, he does all the teaching. He's not microphoned, okay? He's totally going off the camera mic, but so it's a little echoey, but you don't lose anything. It's still good. As far as what he's going to teach you, obviously you're going to get the trailer, you're going to learn the secret, you're going to go over all the stuff that's in the box. They're going to talk about how to set it up for 2 initials. They're going to talk about how to set it up for a card reveal. They're going to talk about how you could do this standing up and seated, which I loved. I wish more magicians would do that when they teach. I wish they would not just assume that we all stand or we all sit. Okay, because I think some of us never sit and I think some of us never stand. And so you get a trick and you're like, oh, this is a seated trick. Oh, this is a trick with a table. So I wish more magicians would come up with that kind of alternative. I liked that they taught this. He's going to talk about how to, move the card over the light. He's also going to talk about other light sources. Let's say you don't have a camera available to you. He's going to talk about other light sources, which is cool. And he's going to give you lots of different ways to force a card, which I think is awesome as well. Is it well made? It is very well made. All right, I will say this. It is very well made. Like I said, no battery, no complicated mechanics, nothing like that. However, it is also very delicate. Very delicate. I would worry about keeping this and where to put it. I don't know that you just putting it in the card box and then putting the card box in your pocket is a good idea. I wouldn't do that. All right, so it is a delicate device. I will say though, if you take care of it, it'll probably last you a good long time, and it's so affordable, I wouldn't mind buying another one. So how much practice does it require? I think most of it comes down to timing and feel. For me, I played with it twice. So I played with it once and I was like, I don't get it. And then I went back and kind of watched the instructions again, and then I was like, oh, I see. And then I went back and did it the second time, and the second time I nailed it. So that's how long it took me to practice, twice. So it's pretty easy. It's not difficult at all. I think most of the practice is going to be you performing it live and watching the reactions and when they come. Because I think you could practice it at home and you'd be like, oh, this is easy. But doing it live, I think you're gonna practice those reactions, watching them, and then seeing like how slow you can get it, how long you can drag the magic out and hold their attention. I think you're gonna try to find your sweet spot, and because I think they're gonna be mesmerized. They're not looking anywhere else. They're looking at that beam of light. And if you watch the trailer, you'll notice a couple times Bro actually stops the animation and he kind of like tells them like, put your hand underneath there, put your hand over it, touch it, and so I think those moments are good. This is so good, you don't want to rush it. All right, setup and reset. How much setup and reset is there? These are 2 totally different things, okay? Reset would be you going from one table to the next. Okay, so you're doing an 8 of hearts reveal at one table, you're going to a second table and doing an 8 of hearts reveal over there as well. That will take you only a few seconds, okay? Just a few seconds to reset. Setup, okay, your initial setup. Let's say you're revealing somebody's initials and then you're gonna change it out to somebody else's initials. That will take you a couple of minutes. So a couple of minutes on setup. It's just a longer process. My suggestion is, hey, just buy more than one. You can move seamlessly from one to the next. Positives. All right, so what are the positives? Starlight doesn't look like a magic trick. It looks like something super natural. This otherworldly effect will get you all of those big reactions in spades. Negatives. All right, so what are the negatives? Like we say around here, there's negatives to everything. These are just the negatives that I see. They don't have to be the negatives that you see. My negative really isn't a negative so much as just the way this trick was presented initially to me, like when I watched the trailer. And here's the thing, I just would not use this as a card reveal. Okay, don't use this as a simple card reveal. Don't just do a card trick. I think you're gonna lose the impact on it. There are so many tricks out there on the market right now that are just a card reveal, okay? It would just be white noise. Jokers have card reveals built into them. Tuck cases have card reveals built into them. Don't lose the power of this effect simply by reducing it to a mere card reveal. Think outside the box. Don't just do exactly what Bro Gilbert tells you to do. Make this trick your own. Find something in your routine or something in your persona or your character that's going to elevate this to the next level. And I think you'll get your money's worth, definitely. Is it worth your money? It is 40 bucks. 40 bucks. That is not a lot for this thing. And I love it. I think it's definitely worth your money. My suggestion is buy one, see how great you love it, and then just every couple of months buy another one. Here's why. If you have your force reveals locked in there, then you can go table to table and do a different force at every table. And then when people compare notes, they say, oh, well, when he did it for me, the initials were EH. And when he did it for me, the initials were LP, right? And you're doing different things at different tables, or different, if you're at a walk-around setting and people then come up and compare notes, wow. I mean, so I would get one that's a card reveal. Go ahead, get one that's a card reveal, and then get one that can be done with initials. I think if you had 2 or 3 and you were doing these like all night long, reputation maker. Who would like this? I think anybody who's been in love with Paul Harris's effects since the very beginning, definitely, this is definitely in line with Paul Harris's just outside the box stuff, or if you watch the trailer and you think, that is me. That's totally what I want to do. I want to get those big reactions. I definitely pick this up. All right, so that's pretty much everything I can say about Starlight from Chris Perrotta and Paul Harris Presents. Of course, I want to thank Murphy's Magic Supplies for allowing me to have this so that I can do the review for you. And if you would like to purchase it for yourself, you can find it at your favorite Murphy's Magic dealer. Thanks, bye.